Hi guys, and welcome back to this tutorial. In the previous section we have started to create two new scenes. One of them was a splash screen, and actually I just noticed a little typo there. A splash screen and an instruction screen. So again, the screen used for instructions. So again, what I need to do is to go back. So I'm going to save this scene. I need to go back to the splash screen and again start to create the script that will make it possible to when I click on this button to go to the next scene. So again, I'm going to create an empty object, so game object, create empty, and again I can call it maybe manage buttons. And again, what I'm going to do is create a brand new script attached to this empty object, and again I'm going to call it manage buttons with uppercase. It's a class. Done. Okay, and in this class, basically, I'm going to create two functions. One that will be called to load the first the instructions, and the second one that will be used to open the actual game, the level one. All right. So again, hopefully this will open. Perfect. Okay. So again, I'm going to create two functions. So now these functions I'm creating have to be public for the reason that they will be called from outside the script. So they need to be available, especially from the inspector. So they have to be public. So again, I'm going to declare this function public here. I'm going to call it load instructions. Okay, and what it will do basically, so public void, sorry, instructions, oops, and what it will do, it will just load a brand new scene. So before that, again, I need to use Unity engine.scene management, and once this is done, I can say scene manager dot load scene, and the scene is called instructions. Now I need to remember if it's lowercase or uppercase. So again, it's instructions or lowercase. Again, instructions here. All right. And while I'm there, what I can do is copy this function here, and again create a function called load game, and again or load level 1, and again here we're going to load level 1. Okay, so this way it's done. That's it. Okay, and just semicolon there. So I'm going to save this code, go back to Unity, and start the testing with the first scene. Now there's an error there, so let's check. I think I forgot a semicolon here, so that's done now. Go back to Unity. I should compile relatively quickly, and then again what we need to do now is go back to the button. So again, in the canvas you have a button here, and in this button at the very bottom here you have something called on click and list empty. So I'm going to click here, and you can see that now there is basically an empty placeholder there. So I'm going to take my manage button object and drag and drop it there. And because it includes a script, or it's linked to a script with the function that we're interested in, we should be able to use them now. So again, on click, what do I want? I want to access the class called manage button that is basically linked to the object that I've just drag and dropped in the empty placeholder, and then look at load instruction. Okay, now again, just to remind you that this function is public, which is the reason why we can see it. If you forget to make it public, you will not be able to see it from this menu, so it's quite important. So I'm going to save that, and the next thing I need to do is to go to File, Build Settings, and again in my B setting I've got level 1, level 2, so I just need to have splash and also instructions. Okay, so instruction is right there, so I'm going to put it there. So we're going to have splash screen, instructions, and then level 1 and level 2. Okay, so I'm going to close that and save, and again play my scene. And what I should find is that whenever I click on this button, so again you get this escape island thing, if I scene, so if I click on start game, now I am in the instruction section. Now again, this will not work because I did not configure Unity yet for this scene. So again, what I need to do is to go back to the instruction scene. So again, open it there, and again create a brand new empty object. So create empty. To this object, I can call it manage buttons, for instance. add a component called manage button. So again, it appears because we have it created already in the previous for the previous scene. So that's done. And what we need to do then is go to the canvas, the button, scroll down, and again here click plus and drag and drop the object called manage buttons in the empty placeholder, and again go to manage buttons, but this time use something called load level 1. Okay, that's done. So again, if I play this scene, I should be able to load the level 1. So again, it should appear in the game view, and if I click here, the first level should start. Okay, so it seems to be working. I'm going to show you from the very beginning. So again, if I take even the splash screen here and start to play the scene, I should be able to go to the instruction screen by clicking on this button, and then like this, and then go to the level 1 by clicking on this button. Okay, so this is all working. So again, we have managed to create buttons and also to create the script that will manage the interaction between the user and the button, so that every time we press on this button, that we go to the subsequent scenes, which are instructions and then the first level.